Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here with another episode of Straight Shooting. Before I get into today's video, I want to just thank you so much for tuning in, as per usual. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't care if it's one of you watching, 1,000 of you watching, or 1,000,000 of you watching. Every single one of you means a lot to me. I hope we could start a movement, but no matter what happens here, I want to thank you, and I will always appreciate you for tuning into my videos. So, today I am going to discuss Trump's dinner with Kanye West. Okay, as I said in my intro video, I want to give you truthful, honest news, and I think a part of that is to give you information, to give you the background. I'm sure all of you already know about this dinner. It's pretty common knowledge at this point, but just in case you don't, I'm going to give you what I was able to find on what happened. So all of this is coming from Trump's words. It's from his Truth Social account. He posted about what happened. So according to Trump, he invited Kanye West over because Kanye West has been wanting to come, and it was supposed to just be Trump and Kanye. Kanye decided to bring 3 friends with him, and Trump has claimed he had no idea who they were. As an aside, I want to say that I did see people on other social media sites like Twitter and stuff say, well, Trump should have guards and Secret Service and this and that, and he should, if he didn't want them here, they wouldn't be there, and blah, blah, blah. My best comparison to that would be if you were friends with somebody and you invited them to your house and they brought a couple friends with them. You might be a little peeved, but you're probably not calling the cops on them, right? You're not going to sick your 300-pound dog on him if that even existed. You're not going to try and kill these people. Like, it shouldn't have been an issue, and unfortunately it was, because one of the characters Kanye had with him was Nick Fuentes, and Nick Fuentes is an accused white supremacist, and he is where the controversy is sitting, and the media is focusing in on him and nothing else. Okay, so now I want to give my thoughts on the situation. So before I get into this Fuentes guy, I want to talk about Kanye West. So I don't really trust the guy. I never have. I know my channel is new, and I haven't really talked to you guys too much about my opinions yet. But I've never trusted the guy. I'm not even angry so much with what he said about Jewish people that got him canceled before. I can't remember word for word what he said, but I do know it was something that a lot of people did take offense to. I don't think it was cancelable. I don't think you should cancel people based on one thing that they might have said that could be misinterpreted. He did apologize. But I think that aside from that, the people he hung out before, I mean, he was part of the Kardashian clan. He's not a conservative. He wasn't a conservative until Trump came around, and he's not one of the guys I would want in my political affiliation. I don't really trust him, and this isn't I'm a devout Christian, and he says mean words, and da-da-da-da. No, I don't try to hold anybody to the morals of Jesus Christ. We should all hold ourselves to that, in my opinion, but I don't personally hold anybody to it, because if we did, would we really be voting for Trump in that situation? No. But I think that moves on to this character, Nick Fuentes. So earlier, I told you that he was an accused white supremacist, and I used that word intentionally. When I heard of him and heard about this whole dinner, I'm like, well, who is this guy? Why are they accusing him of being a white supremacist? It's a sad day that you have to go and research for yourself when the media is calling somebody a white supremacist. I mean, that's a big word and a big accusation. It should mean something, but overuse has made that word mean absolutely nothing. So I went online and I tried to find something. He was banned on YouTube, which, I mean, YouTube is still pretty trigger happy with banning people. That wasn't the be-all, end-all. His Twitter account was rebanned. I believe he got put back on Twitter when Elon Musk bought it, but it wasn't for very long, and his account was banned again. So I was like, okay, that's a little bit worse. I don't really take stock in people getting banned from social media as being, okay, this guy must be a terrible human being. But I trust the new people who are running Twitter a little bit more than I trust the old guard. So my views were starting to change on him a little bit. Okay, this guy isn't just being accused of it by the media, who is trigger happy with accusing people of white supremacy. He might actually be one. So I'm looking, and I finally came on to Twitter where there was a debate about him, and somebody happened to have some of his videos and posted it. And this is a guy who says he's anti-liberal, which, okay, fine. That's not terrible, but I don't really like to say I'm anti-something because I try to keep my thoughts and my mind open. But then he went on and said, because he's anti-liberal, that means he's anti-democracy. And that was like, whoa, to me. So I get America is a democratic republic. It's not a full democracy. But if you're saying you're anti-democracy, I think what you mean is you're for tyranny. And I don't really want to support a person who's going to sit here and say, yeah, I'm anti-democracy. I want a tyranny. So that's a big no-no. But again, it's not something I'm going to say you're an evil person for. I don't think you're a good person, but you haven't done anything evil yet. And then I started looking at some of his videos where he just seems like he's attacking Jewish people. He's not saying the Jewish people or Jews in a positive light. He's saying the Jews did this to me, the Jews did that. And it's not like somebody saying, hey, I have a problem. I want to say this very carefully, but it's not as if you're sitting here saying they wronged me and now I don't trust people. I mean, that's still not good. You shouldn't blame a whole community for a couple people's misdeeds or biases towards you, but I can understand that. What he's spewing is just, it feels more like hate. It feels more like I don't like Jewish people because they're Jewish, not because they wronged me, but just because they are bad people. That's not something I am okay with and not something I support. I don't support hate of any kind, so I'm going to say that this is a piece of garbage individual. He's a bad dude, and the fact that Kanye West is hanging out with him leads me to believe that I was correct in my assessment of Kanye as a person. I'm hoping that this is just Kanye's having mental problems right now and he just needs help, but hanging out with a crowd like that isn't going to get you any help. I don't think it's fair to put the blame on Trump. Trump is saying he didn't know, and I think it's completely possible that he didn't know the guy. Just because somebody says, I love Trump, shouldn't be, okay, Trump must be for that person. You could have somebody that's a homophobe that says he's for Joe Biden. You could have a pedophile that says he's for this candidate or that candidate. Is it fair to say that that person supports all of that just because one person that's bad says they like this person? I don't think that's fair, and I don't think somebody like Trump, who's in government or was in government, should be saying, you can't support me because of what you said. What he should do is denounce him and say, listen, he's not invited back. I didn't know who he was. But to say that Trump is dining with a white supremacist, I think is a misleading title. I think the media is trying to create a narrative, and I think it's wrong, and I think it's ridiculous. So my opinion is you can't blame Trump for this, but Trump has to be more careful. And I think he needs to distance himself from Kanye, and this character should just already be ostracized from society. It's just one time where I say YouTube was correct to ban this guy. He's a piece of trash. I wouldn't want anything to do with him personally, and I don't think anybody in the conservative movement does either, because as conservatives, we are not hateful. Most conservatives, not all, but most conservatives are Christians, and the way I was taught to be a good Christian is to love everybody, and if they don't accept Jesus Christ as their Savior, you walk away. You shake the dust off your shoes and just say, that's it. I don't want anything to do with it. But I don't think hating people is the way to go. Alright, to summarize today's video, Trump invited a friend, Kanye West, over and did not expect guests. So I think it's perfectly plausible to assume that that is exactly what happened. I see no evidence that Trump is a tyrannical monster, white supremacist. I don't think he's perfect. He's not a saint. He's not the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. I mean, Trump has got his flaws. I think the focus of this should be on Kanye West, not Donald Trump. So, as I was alluding to, Kanye West is either in a very bad mental state, and I pray that somebody will help him and pull him out of it, or he is really just a bad dude. I want to think that he's just having a bad mental collapse. The first thing he's going to have to do if he wants to better himself is get rid of these yes men, because they're going to tell him, yes, you're doing the right thing, Kanye. You're doing the right thing. He just seems... I don't want to... I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist, but he almost seems like the caricature of somebody with schizophrenia who's just like bouncing off the wall. He seems like he's in a bad mental state. I think if he's just gonna say, hey, what I said about the Jewish people was taken out of context, why are you hanging out with this Fuentes guy? That guy's as I said, he's a piece of trash. He should be ostracized from society. He is not part of my movement. I speaking for myself, I don't want anything to do with him. If Trump came out and said this is a good guy, yeah, I wouldn't be supporting him anymore. But I don't think that's the case. I do think it's perfectly within reason that Trump just didn't know. I think most conservative Christians are going to sit here and say, that's not a good guy. We stand for freedom. We stand for integrity. We stand for honesty. We do not sit here and stand for tyranny and hate. That is not what the movement I envision is all about. It's all about, hey, we just want to be able to think freely, to give our opinions freely, and not have somebody breathing down our neck and saying, you're going to get fired, you're going to get suspended, you're going to, no. I just want freedom, I want integrity, I want honesty, I want truth. I don't want hate and bigotry, real bigotry, not this fake stuff that some people like to throw out there, the real stuff. And I think this Fuentes guy is somebody that Trump should just say, you're not coming back. Don't ever come near me again. I did not know you, but now I do. So, overall, Trump invites a guy brings more people, Trump doesn't know more people, all hell breaks loose. I think the media needs to be honest about that, and I don't think they have been. I think it's a terrible day where individuals like me, I'm not a massive news site, I don't have sources, I have to go and I have to look things up to find out whether this guy is a real white supremacist or he's a, hey, we don't like him, he disagrees with us, he's a white supremacist. That there shouldn't be that differentiation. There should just be, you're a white supremacist, okay, you're a bad dude, I don't want anything to do with you. I just think it's sad that I have to, and we all have to go and look it up. But I don't think this is on Trump. I really don't. It hasn't changed my mind on Trump. But I do think Trump, if you want to win, You need to be careful. You need to really know who's coming around you, because you know the media is going to pounce on you. That doesn't mean you need to not be a friend. If you want to be a friend to Kanye and get him help, perfectly fine. But right now, you need to distance yourself from him. And that's my opinion. Alright, that's it for today's video. I just want to thank you guys all so much for listening to me just ramble on and on and on about this unusual situation. I hope I was able to provide some insight to you. I hope I was able to make you think and maybe discuss something that you didn't think before. I hope I was able to provide some honest opinions and honest background information. I want to be somebody you can all trust, and I really thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to help me, all I'm asking for you to do is like the video and subscribe. That's it. I don't want anything else right now. I just want to build a community that can discuss things in a civil manner, and I hope to see you in the next news cycle.